Hi everyone, Ethan here from Extreme RC 4x4, and just because I don't get a whole lot of footage of my trucks, I went ahead and separated this footage as well so you could just see my truck specifically running in the competition. I will be making a new setup video on this truck since I will be redoing some things on it. Not necessarily things that are a problem, but just things I want to change, like the bumpers, the side steps, or the rock sliders, and some 3D printed inner fenders for the front, as well as the floor pans that I did on the Blazer. I'm going to be putting into this, so should be getting to be really scaled out. I'm also going to try to get an interior setup for this just for the Sorka events to get some points there, and I also incorporated the mounts into my new drop bed. If you guys have not seen that video, there's also a video about that on my channel, installing that. It took me a little more than 20 minutes to get it all done, and that was while I filmed it, so really not too bad. It was about a 10-hour print for the drop bed, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Since I did design it for my chassis, it touches the top of the frame rails, and that's exactly how I wanted it to sit. So knowing that, I am not able to run the rear shock towers that I had been running with the body originally. So what I've done is set up a rear cantilever suspension in this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. I'm going to be filming a video covering my setup specifically in the next couple days, hopefully, from when this video comes out, since I will be working on this truck. I'm trying to break up all these competition videos that I have. I did get about an hour's worth of footage from this competition I was asked to cover. This is our hard body sub 4-inch tire competition, and here you can see a second shot of what I just ran. This was filmed by a friend of mine, Connor. Just trying to cover some footage for me. I really appreciate it since I'm not able to film and drive very well, and the rest of the footage my grandpa filmed for me. I thought this would be a good event because he wanted to see what I do with these trucks. And with this event, we had a total of 7 trucks running in it. It took us a couple hours to run it, which really is not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. I do enjoy the smaller events just because they do move a little bit faster sometimes. But this was pretty fun. Everybody just running hard body trucks. You really do get the scale realism there. Right coming down that hill, you can see that I'm hopefully going to be making some changes. How it got really light on the rear end there. I'm not sure if that was just my driving or I need to change the weight bias of the truck. But a lot of people want to run like entirely front weight biased rigs, where I find that a good solid balance is best for me, just because coming downhill like that, if you let off the throttle, you don't want the truck to go into a cartwheel. So that's why I try to get a pretty central and slightly forward biased weight to the trucks. It's not always best to have all of the weight in the center. So I will be talking more about this competition setup in some other videos, but I just want to showcase my truck running in this. So if you are interested in how we're running this competition, please check out some of the other competition videos that are close to the date that this one was posted. I'm not sure what order I'll be publishing them in, but just to give you guys a heads up. So as you can see, the cantilever suspension is working really well. I have the same amount of travel in the front as I have in the rear, which is exactly what I was going for since it is running the same 4 shocks all around. Since I was racing to get that setup done for this competition, I was about ready just to put some short shocks in the rear, but I'm really happy that I went ahead and did the cantilever suspension. Not only because it's interesting to me just to see how everything works, but also the performance benefits of it. If you can take the time and set it up properly, it really does have some benefits other than just, I guess, the suspension travel. which is the most major benefit of it. I am running the same size shock. I did not change the shocks at all in this setup, so you don't get the benefit of running a short shock and getting a very long travel out of it. The intention for this was that you wouldn't have to purchase any new shocks to be able to run this suspension, that it would just be a bolt-in-place setup, and I already had all the holes set up on my frame. I just had to set up the cantilever arms, which is what pivots on the chassis. So I'll go ahead and show that in my cantilever video, that all the holes were there. I intended originally for this chassis to be able to have the cantilever suspension on it. I just now got to setting it up because I put the drop bed in. So it was pretty easy just to bolt everything up, since I already had spent the time to design it earlier, I guess last year now at this point. But I'll definitely make a video about that, guys, if you are interested in that. So here you can see, even with my really good approach angle on this truck, it does get hung up a little bit. So hopefully a new front bumper on there will change that. I'm not planning to do a very different design, just a beefier design than the one that's on here. I don't really have problems with the one that's on here, I just know that it can be better. I guess that's kind of the struggle of building everything yourself, is that you know you can do it better. So that's what I'm going to do, as well as with the rock sliders and the other bumpers like I was talking about. But there you go, guys. 2 very quick runs at Crawler Space RC LLC. These are both zeros, since we're not counting reverses in this competition. So perfect runs. I did get the first win for this truck at this competition. Really happy with that. It's been a little over a year coming, so hopefully we'll be able to get some more wins with this guy and more of these hard body competitions, not just the Class 1 stuff. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Nicely done.
Who's next? Me or?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, kiddo.
I gotta look at that, right? Don't worry about it.